Welcome to the Freshtoday Wexford Football League. From now on, it's the Freshtoday Wexford Football League. Homegrown Wexford company backing grassroots football right here in the southeast. The crowd's growing and even more media coverage. The future looks bright. Freshtoday and the Wexford Football League. Stronger together, building communities on and off the pitch.
Welcome to the Freshtoday Wexford Football League show. Tonight I'm joined by Godkin and Pádraig, and we're going to get into the cup draws. What draws have we got coming up tonight?
We've 4 draws, Nicky. We've the quarter-final draw for the Sullivan Cup and the Billy Brown Cup. We've the last 16 draw for the Gwyn Jones Cup. We had a false start with Aidan Laird last time, and we've the last 16 draw for the Wexford Cup, which will be the last one as we approach the business end of the season.
So we're getting right down to the nitty-gritty. John, have you your job now out with the Wexford FC? Have you been following the Junior League at all?
Yeah, no, Nicky, follow with interest, and it's as I said, it's a couple of weeks ago. It's hotting up now. It's going to be an exciting end, and you can see that it's sort of going into a 3-way race now, really, in the Premier League. Relegation area again will depend on Division 1, but looks like there's probably only going to be 2 going down, which will help. So the 3rd, 4th bottom teams at the moment have a lot to play for. The cup is always exciting, and I know from being involved myself, when you get to this stage of the cup, it gets really exciting, and teams really get that buzz for it and the gist for it. And with Freshtoday, sponsoring it this year, I think everybody's looking forward to a big occasion in the cup final. And to me, it's a lovely distraction. Mm-hmm. If you're going well, and even if you're not going well, it's still a nice distraction if you're in the cup,
like we've both been very lucky to be involved in a couple of Wexford Cup finals. They are a special day out. Even though you're quarter final, it is time now to start focusing in, but they are a special day out, aren't they?
Yeah,
even the semi-finals, they're big games. Once you get to this stage, every one of them big games.
To be fair, in the last 16, there's always going to be a couple of humdingers. No matter, before we get into the draw, I guarantee you there's going to be a couple of big teams to go. So say the teams that are maybe down the divisions that have qualified are looking for a couple of the big guns to meet each other as well, and that gives them a buzz going into the next round. So it gets exciting, and as I said to you, when you're involved at this stage in the cup, I think it's great. You're coming into the springtime of year. The evenings are getting bright, and you're involved with the cup as well. So it helps you as a manager and a coach. Even if your season's not going that well, the cup keeps the adrenaline flowing and everybody excited and working hard.
And it's the same, I suppose, for the likes of the Gwyn Jones, the Billy Browns, the Sullivan Cup. They mightn't be getting to Wexford Cup finals every year, but it's their own cup final in their own right, and it's the same pressures on them guys.
Yeah, no, to be fair, those, I meant that as well, for those teams that are involved in that is their cup final, and to win one of them for any team in the lower divisions is just as exciting as winning the Wexford Cup for the top teams, say, as you would say. But I know teams that have been working hard and going well in their leagues in Division 2, 3, 4, Division 1, even the lower divisions. That's a big day for them. It's probably the biggest day of the year, and sometimes when you see the celebrations after those games, it brings back the true meaning of the football game again and amateur sport.
Yeah, it is. We're starting off with
We'll start with the Billy Brown Cup. We have 8 teams left. So you can put in those 8 balls there, Nicky. So we've Wexford Bows, the Balloch, Fort Celtics, C Team, Kilteely, Cushenstown, Rossler Rangers, Moyne Rangers, and the winner of Enniscorthy United B and Feathered Rangers, which is on this Sunday. So whenever you're ready, lads, somebody draw the home team and the other the away.
So I'll go first then this time.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Kilteely Celtic.
I mean, put my glasses on, Nick.
Sure. Look. Sage, John.
Number 3.
We'll play Fort Celtic's C Team. I think they're both up around the top of their leagues as well. So 2 teams in good form.
Number 2.
Number 2 is the Balloch United. A great win on penalties.
We'll play number 6.
We'll play Rossler Rangers B. Yeah, that's the right one.
I was warned beforehand.
Number 7.
Number 7, Moyne Rangers B.
We'll play number 1.
We'll play Wexford Bows C Team.
Number 8.
Number 8 is the winner of Enniscorthy United and Feathered.
And then last but not least.
Yeah, we should have 5.
So, yeah, number 5.
So they will play Cushenstown. We have a good record in the Billy Brown Cup in the last years. So the draw there for the quarter-final of the Billy Brown Cup, we have Kilteely Celtic at home to Fort Celtic C, the Balloch United versus Rosslare Rangers B, Moyne Rangers B versus Wexford Bows C, and the winners of Enniscorthy United and Feathered Rangers play Cushenstown. So I put those 8 back in, and we'll go to the Neil O'Sullivan quarter-final draw.
John, you can go first this time.
Yeah.
Before happy customers with home draws anyway.
Yeah.
So first out is number 6 again.
Number 6 is Gorey Rangers B.
And they will play number 3.
And they will play the winners of Shamrock Rovers and Campoyle, which is on this Sunday.
Number 7.
Clubon.
And they will play number 4.
And they will play St Leonard's. So local derby enough. Clubon had a big win on penalties over Rosslare Rangers in the last round.
I would like to walk from Clubon to St Leonard's.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Ballymurn Celtic. It's had a great couple of years.
Number 8.
And they will play the winners of North End and New Ross Celtic, which is on this Sunday.
Number 2.
Number 2 is St Joseph's.
That should be the last one. Number 5.
And they will play Shelburne United. So the quarter-final draw for the Neil O'Sullivan Cup, we have Gorey Rangers B versus the winners of Shamrock Rovers and Campoyle, Clubon versus St Leonard's, Ballymurn versus the winners of North End and New Ross Celtic, and St Joseph's against Shelburne United. And that is the quarter-final lineup for the Neil O'Sullivan Cup. And next we're going to do the Gwyn Jones Cup, so we can put in all 16 balls here. Redraw this one. So, whoever's taking out the home team.
Nicky, you just
Go back to me this time.
Yeah. Doesn't. Yeah.
And number 9.
Number 9. Cork Ramblers B.
versus number 3.
We'll play Came United. They're in the same league and they're both competing for the league as well.
Number 15.
Number 15 is Clubon B.
They'll be looking for one of the big guns. Number 4.
And they will play Rossburkin United.
And number 11.
Timon United B. Both Timon teams are in this cup.
We're playing number 5.
We'll play Enniscorthy Town B.
Number 7.
Number 7, Castledockrell New Park, who are the holders.
We'll play number 6.
We'll play St Cormac's B.
Number 12.
Bree United B. We're going really well there this season.
We'll play number 10.
We'll play Tombrack United B.
Number 2.
Camolan Celtic, second team.
We'll play number 16.
We'll play St Joseph's B.
Number 1.
Kilmore United.
We'll play number 14.
We'll play Gorey Rangers D team.
Number 13.
St Leonard's B.
And last but not least, will be number 8.
We'll play Gorey Celtic B. So the last 16 draw for the Gwyn Jones Cup is Cork Ramblers versus Came United, Clabon versus Ross Birkin, Timon versus Enniscorthy Town, Castlelocker New Park versus St Cormac's, Bree United versus Tom Bragg, Camolan Celtic versus St Joseph's, Kilmore United versus Gorey Rangers, and St Leonard's versus Gorey Celtic. And that leads us on then. We can put all the balls back into the Freshtoday Wexford Cup, which of course is our main cup.
A good shake, right?
Yeah. I think you're on home duty again, Johnny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready then, lads.
Number 16.
North End United B.
Number 8.
Will play Timon United.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Cortown Hibs.
Number 13.
And they will play Shamrock Rovers. So that's an all-Premier tie.
Number 14.
Rossler Strand B, who are on a great cup run.
And a home draw now.
They're in our lowest division.
Number 15.
They will play Fort Celtic, first team.
Happy with that one?
Number 5.
Crossabeg.
Number 10.
Will play St Joseph's.
Number 12.
Number 12 is the winners of Gorey Rangers and Cork Ramblers, which is on this Sunday. 2 Premier teams.
We'll play number 11.
And they will play Shelburne United.
Oops. Number 3.
North End A.
I knew we put out a home one. We'll play number 6.
Will play All Blacks.
I'll be welcome back to Belvedere now after that.
Yeah. For the weekend.
Yeah. Number 1.
St Leonard's.
Number 2.
Will play Ferns United.
Yeah, the last 2. So it's number 9, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ratnure United.
Only one left. Number 4.
Will play Rossler Rangers. So, the last 16 draw for the Freshtoday Wexford Cup is North End United B versus Timon, Cortown Hibs versus Shamrock Rovers, which I think is our only all-Premier game, Rossler Strand B team versus Fort Celtic, so that's our bottom division against our top, Crossabeg versus St Joseph's, Gorey Rangers and Cork Ramblers play this Sunday. The winner of that is at home to Shelburne. North End A versus All Blacks, St Leonard's versus Ferns United, and Ratnure United versus Rossler Rangers. So
Yeah, I'm sure, John, all the top teams will be probably happy enough. Nobody, well, bar Shamrock Rovers and Cortown, nobody else.
Yeah, no, there's some interesting ties, isn't there?
Yeah, across the big St Joseph's now is interesting because the Joseph's lads, I know they're only mid-table in Division 1, but they're not an easy team to beat.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, when you look at it there now, I'm sure there'll be teams in there now who will be actually very hopeful of progressing. And even if they're in the lower divisions, they'll see themselves as having a really good crack at this stage of the competition. Having said that, if you went with what you look at the favourites and looked at all them, what it means as well is that you're going to have a lot of cracking ties go into a quarter final, depending on. But I could see some teams there relishing the opportunity here now of a shock.
Yeah.
And relishing the opportunity to kick into the quarterfinals.
That's, you look at the Rossler Strand B team versus Fort Celtic. That is their cup final, isn't it? You know,
it'll be a fun day out for a while anyway. Yeah.
So, who did Ferns get? Did you say, Pádraig?
Ferns are away to St Leonard's.
Yeah. So Ferns are going quite well this year, so it won't be just a rollover now. But Ferns will definitely be fancying themselves going into that one and looking at maybe.
St Leonard's are one of those teams, though. You never know on their day. Yeah. You know who's available to them. They can be very good when they have all the players down there available, you know. But I think look at, we're going to have either Gorey or Cork eliminated, which is going to be one more Premier team gone, and either Cortown or Rovers. So, you know, there's going to be at least 2 teams from lower divisions in the cup quarterfinals this year. So, you know, it's been really open, you know.
Yeah,
we've already 3 Premier teams. We had 3 all Premier ties already, I think. So there's a good few Premier teams have been knocked out. So yeah, there's going to be a few teams just looking at it and see.
Like across the big who are having a good season are probably looking at themselves too as, you know, they're having a good season, they're safe a while ago. We could have a really good crack at the cup, although that won't be an easy tie for them. Is it St. Joseph's, I think they got us?
Yeah, home to Joseph's.
That's one now, that's a tough game. Joseph's again can be quite good under there, a good young side.
Yeah.
North End's B versus Timon, like it's not that long ago, Timon were in a cup final, early 2000s. Paddy Fitzgerald was back playing with him at that stage, I remember the game well. North End will be looking to have a good cup run, and they'll have avoided each other, so I'd say they're happy with that as well. North End at home to All Blacks, you'd probably be looking at North End progressing there again, but it's a good cup tie for the All Blacks. So, like, I mean, if you're the minnows there, as you call them, a lot of them will release that day out now, and you know there'll be excitement when the draw comes out, because that, as you said, if their season's been going fairly well, they'll have a really good lash at the cup and give it everything. So interesting ties. Guarantee there's going to be at least 1 or 2 shocks in there.
Yeah, 100%. Who did Rathnure get, did you say?
Rosslare Rangers.
Rosslare Rangers, and Denny getting a nice scalp last week with beating Ross Celtic in the Neil O'Sullivan.
Yeah, no, in the Wexford Cup.
In the Wexford Cup, sorry, in the last round of this. So they'll be fancying them chances coming up against another Division 1 team in Rathnure.
Won't be easy though. That's one now where, you know, that's a tough one to call.
Yeah, Rathnure at full strength are a dangerous team too, you know, there's lots of goals in them.
Yeah, had a couple of good seasons as well, haven't they? You know what I mean? The trajectory's been going upwards for the last while, but yeah, no, some exciting ties there now.
Yeah, and even you touching the Shamrock Rovers Cortown game, that'll be a tough one to call, and I know you're getting an all-Premier team, but at this stage of it, sometimes, John, I think you might be better off getting a Premier than, say, a mid-table Division 1, because you know what the Premier team is going to bring you, you've played them already, where you wouldn't have been really keeping an eye on St. Joseph's or something like that, so that'll be one advantage, I suppose, for both clubs. They'll know a little bit about each other. And
both of them, I think, for different reasons, will probably be disappointed with their seasons. I think Rovers probably would have at the start looked to be pushing for the title, and now the cup will be, you know, it's a good distraction. Cortown probably this year have struggled a little bit. Normally the last couple of years they've been very difficult to beat up there, but I've seen a couple of the results this year and I've been surprised. But look, having said that, it's a change in team, and I know they've new management and stuff up there, so it takes a bit of time. But
they beat Rovers not so long ago in the Premier this year, didn't they?
I think it did, yeah. I can't remember
in Rovers.
Head now, yeah. So
they did, you
was
know,
it 2-1? Was it?
No, I can't remember now. I think they ran away with it kind of at the end. Was it 4-2 or 5-2 or something like that?
Yeah, but look at the cup game knockout. It'll definitely be. It'll be different, but look at what's the plan for them Pádraig, Sunday week?
No, well, there's FAI junior fixtures Sunday week, so probably the week after that for some of them. So
they could be spread out over 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, a lot of the teams in our Premier Division have FAI junior fixtures set already. So Gorey Rangers will be playing Cortown that Sunday, and you know, so this weekend we have the interprovincial competition. The following weekend we have the first round now proper of the FAI Junior this year, which is, what are we, like the end of March? You know, it's unusual. Run. And then we have it'll be probably the week after that, week in April. Maybe if teams aren't in the FAI Junior, we might put some of them on that weekend. We'll see how we're doing, but yeah, that'll be the plan.
Perfect. You just touched on the interprovincial. Leinster heading up to Donegal. We have 3 representatives going up this weekend. A massive weekend for them.
Huge, yeah. And I mean, you wish them every success. There's a big prize attached to the interprovincial competition now, the senior one. The team that wins that goes to compete in the Nations Cup or something it's called, or the Regions
Ireland,
Cup, and they go and represent Ireland. And Leinster were unlucky 2 years ago, so they lost out to Munster, and Munster went and had a great trip and all of that. So look, we wish the lads well. It's great to have 3 lads in it and a captain. And they're all very well deserving players, you know, they're top players in our league for years now, so we wish them all the best. But like yourself and John might know more about it than me, you know.
I just know that the the prize at the end of it is massive, because that used to be the All Irish amateur team, and what they used to do then is they'd run that tournament and then select the Irish amateur team from that. But it changed a number of years ago where the winners now represent the country. So it's really like, to represent your provincial, your province is massive anyway. Don't forget as well, you're talking about intermediate and junior players. So if you're in there, you're in with the cream of the crop. And then to go and win it, and I'm not sure where the tournament is this year, but I think the last one you spoke about was in Portugal, and it's a nice trip away. I remember Leighton Gleeson actually, I think, could have won that with the Irish amateur team a number of years ago. So it's a massive prize at the end of it, over 3 hard days. But the best of luck to the lads, and well deserved, and it's great. It's a great honour for them.
It's great to see Alan captain it. I know probably Alan now 20 years. He was involved with Kennedy Cup with my father. Casso would have been in and around that thing, and it's great to see him, because he's given everything to Wexford football over that 20 years and it's great to see him getting the recognition now of captain in Leinster, and he fully deserves it, I think, because he's been rock solid there for a number of years, hasn't he?
Yeah, and look at Casso has been excellent
Casso
for
as well,
Witty.
yeah.
Jason Maguire is he's a very dedicated sports person and a goalkeeper, and look, he works hard at his game, so it's a great honour. And we'll always say there could be another, maybe 1 or 2 in there, but when I look at the calibre of the player that's been selected, your Jordan Buckleys and some of the players that are in that squad, it's a massive honour for him. And look, some of these in circumstances had it been different, could have played League of Ireland a number of years ago, but the same opportunities probably weren't there as it is now. So this honour shows that they're at the top of their game, and I know Alan, he'd be really proud to captain the team. It's massive for him. I know Jason had a lot of competition for the number 1 spot, and I know Casso is he's probably deserved this maybe a bit earlier than this year. But at least he's getting recognised.
And definitely, Casso has been absolutely brilliant for a number of years, and the one thing you just touched on, John, there, that they've all worked for it. Even last night up watching North End in the Mine, and Jason Maguire was videoing his own game from behind the goal, looking at his own movement, looking at that, and that's why that chap deserves the credit that he gets, and gets the recognition that he's now probably the best goalkeeper in Leinster. Because if you go to that detail to learn where you're making mistakes and things like that, I think you deserve everything you get then.
There's not too many would work as hard as him in the amateur game. And to be fair, for a young lad that probably was on the fringes of League of Ireland football and, touch and go, and he didn't quite get there, he's made up for it by being one of the top players in the amateur game.
Yeah. And do you know something? And I must give credit to a chap who's absolutely stone mad bonkers, Sean Allen. But Sean pushes Jason the whole way along, in their warm-ups, everything to do together now, in fairness. So if you give Sean a small bit of credit for helping Alan, because it's very, very difficult when a goalkeeper is on his own to go and get his warm-up and do all that kind of stuff. So a lot of that comes down with Stormhead Sean Allen.
And it's good to have someone pushing you as well, and I know that the lads will bounce off each other, but there's not too many goalkeepers that aren't bonkers, Nicky. So
yeah, well, that's true. You had the Stormhead one whacker yourself for a number of years.
A few of them. I listened to Pádraig still exactly the same.
Coming up this week, Pádraig, then obviously there's near enough a full fixture list, bar Shamrock Rovers. Actually, we must say fair play to Hopper. Chris Kenny, going representing the Irish Defence Forces team.
In Holland, is it?
Yeah, they're away this weekend, so congratulations to Hopper. It's not his first time representing Ireland, but
it's great to see it, though.
It's great, and Hopper's been a stalwart in Wexford for a number of years too, John.
Great ambassador for the game, and had the privilege of managing him to a county level, and he's one of the guys you'll always have in your team. You work a lot closer with him, Nicky, but he was a great guy to bring in, Tenny Camp, and he just lives and breathes football. I'm just surprised it's not the over 35s army team he's in now, but no, look, it's actually great credit to see him at that level playing still and earning the right to play in that team. So he, again, fully deserved. Well done.
Hopper's top player, and he's one of these lads who you can play him anywhere in the centre of the park, centre half, centre midfield, centre forward, and he's a great goal scorer. He's scored a massive amount of goals for Shamrock Rovers over the years, coming from midfield, late runs into the box, and he's powerful in the air. And look, he's I can say from our own, we're delighted that we've had Hopper, and that he's leading the way and representing our club at international level. So
and again,
congratulations, Hopper.
Didn't he had a great career in the game? But amateur level, League of Ireland level, I think if I'm right, he played for Wexford SC or Wexford Youths for numbers.
Yeah, he did,
Went
yeah.
to Sligo, I think,
Yeah.
the same time as
Sligo,
well, and had a
yeah.
couple of seasons there. So, you know, like, there's a reason why these lads are still playing the game at that level,
Yeah.
and they still love it, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's the
there's
main
a lot of Wexford kind of representatives on that defence forces through the years. Is there? Like
Yeah, we've
Shane,
been lucky.
Shane Dempsey and
Ricky Fox went
Ricky
over
Fox.
to Oman and played in the World Cup over there. So
Yeah.
Lee Smith, I think, was involved
he
in
was
around
involved,
it as
yeah.
well. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
there's been a few over the last couple of years. Hopper's probably the main one that has stayed with it
Yeah,
for
all
a
the way
number of
through.
years. But so touching on this weekend then, couple of big games in the Neil O'Sullivan.
Yeah, well, there's two. Yeah, you've Shamrock Rovers and Campile on Sunday up in your place, and North End and New Ross Celtic on Sunday also. And they're the top two teams in Division 1. And they played each other actually the first game of the season. I think North End won 1-0. But they both maintained good seasons since. And Shamrock Rovers Campile, it's a Division 2 team against a Division 1 team. But, you know, two big clubs there as well. You know, Campile seem to have really picked up form. They've been winning a lot of games lately. So, and they were knocked out of the Wexford Cup last weekend by Courtown, but it went to extra time, 3-2.
Yeah, random close.
You know, so they'll be in good form going into that. You know, so look, there's plenty of big games for sure in those two.
Just going down the divisions, Pádraig, over the next couple of weeks. Now, obviously the weather's picking up, the hours changing next week. Are you behind, or do you think you'll have to put in many evening games? Or
Hard to know.
probably the
We
Premier's the
will
best
have to
set.
do a few. I'd actually say this year, which is mad, the Premier Division is probably the most advanced of all of them. It probably has a lot of clubs with really good pitches, and we're able to just get on with
And no
fixtures
FAI.
no FAI has been had a huge impact, and not many of them had long runs in Leinster either, really, apart from North End. But we're well ahead in that. I mean, I think Gorey are on 15 games now. If you think back to a couple of years ago when we had that season that they won the league, I think they had to play 12 games in between April.
Don't mention the water.
Well, more. I don't even know what it was. Something mental anyway. But it's good, and it's great that we have facilities that enable us to have midweek games, so you can stay, you know, and facilities where not even midweek games, but like AstroTurf facilities where even if the weather's poor, you can keep going. So Premier Division is well on track. I think if you look down through the divisions, there's the odd team that's kind of had a good run in the Leinster Junior Shield or in the two cup competitions, because obviously they've been in them for a while, and there's a couple of teams have a little bit of catching up to do in their divisions, you know. So I know Division 4 off the top of my head, or 4A, say Campile I think are top at the minute. There's only 3 games left, but Came, who are still in the mix, have 7 games left. You know, so there'll be 1 or 2, but nothing hectic. I hope not anyway, you know. So
Nothing too mad.
Nothing too mad, you know. And so that's how we're looking up. And look, there's I think we've had Gorey Rangers Youths B team won a Youths division so far. Ajax, I think, are 2 points away from winning Division 5A. But other than that, all our divisions are up for grabs, you know, and they all look very competitive the whole way through, you know.
Month of April and May, then it'll be all football, all systems go, John.
Yeah, no, it's going to be. I tell you what's going to be really interesting, and you touched on it, the FAI Junior Cup. I've actually seen some of the draws that are there coming up in the next few weeks, because I know it will be strange in this time of year, but it's still the most prestigious competition in amateur football, and I know the number of teams will be down this year because of the debate over the summer soccer and whatever else, but there's still a lot of very good sides in it, and once they get up and running in that competition, it'll be interesting to see who can keep training. You'll have ran out of your league games. You'll be playing against some clubs who are in summer leagues. But I still think the teams that are in it, you won't have entered it if you don't want to win it. And I've just looked at some big clashes coming up even in our own region. I think it's 3 games to get over now to go into the open draw. But there's some humdinger draws there, I think, coming up.
Actually, would Villa be allowed to enter the FAI Junior this year, since they're going to tier?
I don't think they will. I don't think they will, because they're accepting to tier 3, which starts in July. So I think once you go into that now, to be fair, it's a good question, but I don't think any of them.
I didn't keep an eye out for the draw. Yeah, an interesting one. And then also, just in terms of what's coming up, we want to wish North End's under 19s have gotten to the Leinster under 19 Cup final, which is the first time we've had a Wexford team get to the
19s.
final of the 19s Cup. We've had teams to the finals of the Leinster Youth Cup and decent runs in the FAI Youth Cup. Gorey Rangers actually got beaten in the quarter final of the Leinster Youth Cup the same weekend North End won their semi-final on penalties. So that's coming up, I think, the weekend of the 12th of April. So they'll be playing either Crumlin or Ratoath Harps, I think. Yeah, that semi-final got pushed back. So it'll be a big day for them. And
Where's Ratoath? That's Meath, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so
I think they're in the Leinster
LFA
League,
Leinster Football League or Leinster Senior League. Yeah.
good chance that final could be held in
They're still in the Leinster Junior Cup as well. They're a strong club.
Yeah.
They're
They
going
actually
well.
represented the Leinster Senior League in the
That was Leinster Senior League team, and they were a good team for a club team. To be fair, you know, like they gave Wexford a decent game.
Just a good chance that could be in Arklow.
You would think so.
Splitting the difference, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's a good venue for it. Like, you know, the grass pitch there, I'd say.
I spoke to James during the week there, and I think in their thought process it's either Arklow or potentially Newbridge.
Yeah,
Newbridge is a lovely venue.
Yeah, so someone had said it might be there, depending on.
Yeah, we were there once for a school game, and it was lovely standing all there. It's a great venue. Yeah.
They're the two venues that have been mentioned, but look.
Depends on who they play.
Yeah.
So. Okay. So look, we wish them well. They want to keep an eye out for.
Just have a quick touch before we wrap up on the Premier League. John, only 2 games over the last week. Mine Rangers were involved in both of them, playing 2 teams in the league running on Sunday. They were beaten 4-1 by Gorey Rangers, and last night on the Astro and Enniscorthy they were heavily beaten 7-0. How do you think the Premier's going this year, John?
Yeah, no, look, it's exciting. As I think it's not that long ago we were in here before, and things haven't really changed that much. I did think Crossabeg might fall away a little bit because I think I won't say overachieved. Joe's done an absolutely brilliant job, but they're still getting good results, and they probably had a surprising one against Gorey a couple of weeks ago where people had sort of written them off. But I still think finishing mid-table for them realistically is a good result. I thought Rovers were starting to drift away after the day I seen them losing 5-0 to North End, and my prediction was North End or Gorey. I still stick with that. I think North End have a little bit of momentum going now, a little bit more than they had a number of weeks ago. Fort Celtic are still, if you look at the table and you look at the points dropped and gained, they're still favourites, but I'm not so sure they're going to be able to get it across the line, because winning a league, as you know yourself, Nicky, it's very, very difficult if you've never done it before. And I just think that might go against him in the end. I watched North End play him in the Leinster Junior Cup a couple of weeks ago, and I thought North End looked a far better side on the day and probably could have won by more than 2-0. Having said that, Ford were missing a few players, but they're there now out in front, and they've nothing else to distract them really bar the cup. I think they're out of Leinster. So look they're having a great season. They've been in the cup final the last couple of years, and so they've been progressing, and if they win it, they'll fully deserve it. But if you're asking me to, put a mortgage on it, I'd still North End or Gorey.
And possibly this Sunday, these are the big games for Fort Celtic. They're down to play Courtown at home. These are the most 3-pointers going into it, because them one little slip up can really have an effect, can't it, John? We've both been there where you just take your eye for this 1 second. So this Sunday is a massive game for them against Courtown, who I think are also probably just fighting for. They're lucky. Fort Celtic are probably a little bit unlucky that they're playing Courtown this week, because if it was a couple of weeks later, that third place playoff position might have been more. North End might be more settled into Division 2 or Division 1, should I say, and there might be something to play for, but it looks like this Courtown are still going to be scrapping for points. Yeah,
look at Courtown are never an easy side to beat. As I said, this year they've had some really good results, and they've had other ones that you're looking at and they've got beaten by 6 and 7 goals, and you're questioning how were they so indifferent. But to be fair to Fort Celtic, they're racking up a good few goals the last few weeks. Sean Carmody made a big difference when he was back in the team. When he's not in the team, I think they probably lack that little bit of composure, and Sean is a very underrated player. Not by us, but a lot of people in the county would not know how good he is, and even though he's getting on in years now, he still steadies the ship when he's with Fort Celtic. But if Fort Celtic keep winning those games, they'll keep believing in themselves. But as Nicky says, one little slip up on them, if it does happen, then you start having self-doubts, and that's where being used to winning comes into to play. But look, they're having a great season. They probably might not get a better chance to win the league than this year. So it's all in their own hands, and I think they've good people down in the club with them as well, and they have a good club. I know a lot of people down there, and just think they might be lacking something in the end to get there, but then that's only me.
Yeah, no, I look at I do agree with you as well. I kind of think North End this kind of running, but then it's tough. They all have to go away to Gorey, don't they? North End have to go to Gorey. Fort Celtic have to go to Gorey, which is going to have a massive say in it. I wouldn't write Gorey off now. Their draw against Crossabeg did shock me, to be honest with you. And I looked at them on Sunday, and I thought Gorey were probably a little bit off, even though they won 4-1. I just thought they were a little bit off the pace against mine. Looked at North End last night, and you could see that they just were going out for blood. You know, like first 20-25 minutes they were there. Let's get this game done, dusted. The Sanchez chap I spoke to earlier on, I thought he was really, really good. It's great to see Kieran Page back. Craig McCabe, you just said about Sean Carmody. For me, for what Craig has won in the game and what he's done, I think he's underrated. Like people, you never hear anybody speaking about him, but he's a Dennis Irwin of the Wexford Premier League of years ago. Left back, right back, can pop up, score goals, does everything. I thought he was excellent. You see Reese coming back doing really, really well as well. In the centre of defence last night. And they scored a really, really good goal. Spot Murphy, Kieran Page pulled the ball back out and Paul Spot looked like he was enjoying his football. Now he came off, he said he wasn't feeling well or something, but they all looked like they were buzzing and looked like they were enjoying it. I haven't seen Fort Celtic of late, but I was looking at the kind of body language of both Gorey and North End, where sometimes you can feed off of it. North End looked like they were ready to do a job. Maybe the result against Crossabeg might have knocked the stockings out of Gorey a bit.
Yeah, look at there's enough experience in the Gorey side too that shouldn't really affect them. You know, along the way you're going to have bumps. If you're going to win a league, you'll have some bumps along the way. But you know, it's interesting. Like you get into this time of year, and like I know from being there myself, when you get into this time of year, if you're still knocking on that door and you have players that know how to win, it's a big help. Yeah. And especially in the dressing room, you mentioned Craig. Like Craig is probably one of the most underrated players that has ever played the game. Yeah. He's still, you know, he played League of Ireland, he's played at the highest level, and he's an 8 out of 10 every week. Yeah. And he's brilliant in the dressing room. Yes. You know, he's actually a leader without ever being captain. He's a good lad. Even
just talking to Shane Dempsey last night, like the hunger he has to try and get his 10th Premier title this year. Do you know, like, and he wasn't out on the piss on Patrick's Day. He was kind of, I don't think he was too happy he was left as a sub yesterday after not going, but like I've never seen Shane looking as lean. He looked really, really fit, and he's looking to get a 10th. Like you have to give lads credit for that, to keep coming back year in, year out after they've won what they have won, in fairness.
Yeah. No, you can, and look, Shane's got to realise as well, even though he's a winner, like he has got to realise his age and the input he has on the team. Sometimes your role changes as you get a bit older. But like if Shane, he wouldn't be a Dempsey if he was happy. So you know what I mean. So that's nothing new. No. But no, look, again, he's great in the.
But and in fairness to Gary, he's thrown him in right back, and sure, like we all know, everything is in front of you when you play right back, and a fella who can pass the ball and read the game as good as he could get another couple of years slotting in and out of that position. So, and just there's 2 other games in the Premier this year, or this weekend, should I say. Bunclody Ferns,
local derby.
Yeah, local derby. Unfortunately, Bunclody look like they're doomed to have been for a while.
They'll be hoping they haven't picked up a win yet, have they?
No, so they'll be looking to pick up one this weekend against Ferns. I've been quietly impressed with Ferns this year. I think they could be a little bit of a dark horse if they get over the Wexford Cup. I think they could, if the draw is nice to them. They're quite solid and they're well able to play.
They're young as well. There's a lot of good young players who've come through there in the last few years.
Kieran Murphy's gone back to him as well.
Kieran Murphy's really good.
Goalkeeper, or sorry, Tom has gone in goal.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's been there, done it. Yeah. He will steady those young lads there. Yeah. Richie Hendricks gone in the backroom team as well, isn't he?
Yeah. And there was Sean Murphy played with our county squad a couple of years ago. He's a young lad. Yeah. You might know him. He's a quiet fella, but he's a really good footballer, you know. And They've got a lot of them. Ivan Megan's younger brother's really good as well. Max, centre back.
Yeah.
He's been in that team for a couple of years though.
Yeah, no,
He's
Max
young,
has been,
but
yes, so.
he's only 19, 20 though. You know, really good player. They've a few. You know, they'll be around for a while. That team, I think. You know, they've
picked up some good results, but then they go out the next week. They could, they've had one or two beatings, but that's because they're young.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a bit of time. But to be fair, I know from what I'm hearing is. The camp up there they're happy within the camp, and I think there's a lot of hard work going on in the background with the first team, and it's just keeping Ferns right, because sometimes they can be their own biggest victim,
and
or enemy. Sorry,
Ivan Megan's definitely having a great season individually.
Talented player.
He's been scoring a lot of goals for them, and I was at all of the Oscar Trainer games this year. He was excellent for Wexford this year.
Yeah,
probably their best player, I thought.
I was being very, very good anyway. Actually. So the voting for all that be out shortly, will it, Pádraig?
Next few weeks, yeah. So, we'll be getting in contact with all the clubs, yeah.
Next couple of
probably
weeks.
Start of April.
And the last game in the Premier, I suppose you could put it down small. It could be a dead rubber, but be a bit of a grudge match with the to and fro in the last cup match.
The Joe New Derby, I think.
Yeah, the Joe New Derby is right, with the to and fro of the cup match, whether it was going to be on and whose pitch and what, and ended up going down to Crossabeg, and Crossabeg snuck through after extra time, so they both play each other this weekend. It could be, might not be a dead rubber. Somebody could be going down thinking they're going to have it handy, and might not be.
Yeah, it could be a great game. When the pressure's off, the lads just go play football. You never know.
Ball managers are not going to let their standards drop anyway, so they'll keep going. Tell me this: are actually Ford Celtic in the FAI this year? Did they enter it? I've seen the draws.
Did
they enter? Because I'm just wondering if they didn't, they'll have no distractions heading in to the end of the league either. But because I do know some clubs just didn't. But if they did, well, then
they did. Yeah, they have New Park.
Okay.
2 weeks time.
Okay.
So we have in 2 weeks time we've Gorey v Coretown, Crossbeg home to St Pat's Carlow, Fort Celtic of New Park, North End of Callan, and Mine Rangers have St Felix.
Okay.
And that's all we have in it. And most years we have 30 teams in it.
Yeah.
Nearly everyone enters it.
That's the second round, though, isn't it? Because I know
there was a preliminary. That's the first. Preliminary round, and that's the first round.
Right. Thanks very much for tonight, John. And look at the weather's picking up, everybody. Get out. There's going to be a load of matches on, and as everybody says, it's getting to that time of the year where a lot of leagues are won and lost, and a lot of cup runs come to an end. So get out and enjoy the good weather, and support your local team.
Yeah, wish everyone the best.
Thanks,
John.
Cheers.
Thanks, Pádraig.
Thanks. Thank you.